Ah, yes. I feel like it's all right now. It's all right. Got this. The petrified fish Loco. You know what? Crap. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit. Let's go up to the second floor. Look down. Okay. It's the Loco, and it's not small. It's not small. What is it? The B02 in D2. B02. Um, or B02, whatever. In D2, and it's a good sized knife, isn't it? Yikes. This came out just recently, and you can get it in different, you know, stuff. You can get it in the gray, you can get it in the green, you can get it in the green with a black blade, you can get it in gray with a black blade, and she's all right at, and here's your stats, by the way. It's Loco. 8.62, 21.9, so that's almost 22 double M's, and 3.7-inch blade, cutting edge 3.7-inch blade, overall thickness 3.7-inch blade. Oh, I'm just kidding. Okay, satin ceramic bearing, blah blah blah. And you know what this costs? Well, do you, punk? You probably don't. And I didn't print it out. I keep thinking it was around 30 something dollars. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself for taking advantage of this poor little knife company by buying that for that cheap. That's got to make you feel embarrassed. And if it doesn't, you'll be like me. You don't care. 3.75. Hold on. 3.7 like there. Hello. No wonder they said 3.7 cutting edge, because it's 3.75. It's almost 3.8 cutting edge, right? At 100 millimeters all day long. And we got 22 right on the nuts. Overall length 22 centimeters, 8.65 inches. It's a good sized knife. Did we make that? I guess we made that point. Okay, here, let's make this point then. 14.3. Ooh, 0.56. So it's not a fatty, but it's, it's a chunk. 0.13, 3.3 millimeters. Okay. But the overall design, what do you think? I like it. It just looks good. It looks simple, but it looks useful. It looks utilitarian. Backspacer, G10, cutaway here, or you put your lanyard through it, so it's a tubed lanyard slot. It's not a lanyard hole, is it? No tapered screws there, so a little bit of bumpty bump going. But I like the pocket clip design. That little hump down here really holds onto your pants. But this, when they flatten it out, keeps it from being a real pester with your hands. Let me see if it makes a mark in my hands. And nowhere. Okay. But no, I mean, it doesn't feel uncomfortable. I think all pocket clips can finally become a bother depending on how long your cutting task is and how, that kind of thing. But no, this doesn't feel that way too bad. So I'm good there. And here's your lock bar. Okay. That's a fairly early lockup, but it feels secure. Yeah, here, put my hand right in the way while I test that. It's 25%. Differential in height here. Yes. Disengaging is pretty easy. It's not tough to disengage. There's your design flow. Whoops, we got a little gap there. We're going to have to forgive, but okay. And blade handle length, not too shabby. You think they could have stuffed maybe a, but I mean, you're looking at a 3.8 whatever blade, so it's long enough, isn't it? So no, it's a good sized knife, and it feels comfortable because the ergos are straightforward. There's really nothing. Kind of a gun stock thing, huh? You think? I mean, in a way, but it's comfortable. Reverse grip, that feels good too. But what do you think? I mean, nice, big, flat grind D2. Okay, so paper time, right? Let's see. Let's see what it feels like going through paper. Okay, not scary sharp, but not a negative. It's a straight on good factory edge on it. Yeah, that's pretty good. You know what? D2, of course, semi stainless, this and that. And I remember a buddy on Instagram was talking about his D2, and because people were kind of pouting about, well, you got to take care of it, it'll corrode, blah blah blah. I live in a pretty moist climate in South Florida, and I haven't had problems. Now, the thing is, I don't leave my knives laying outdoors in the humidity, so they're indoors, and you got air conditioning, which dries the air. So, is there a big difference between here and a drier climate? Maybe not, as long as they stay inside, right? Um, but no, I haven't. And he was saying the same thing, and he's out in California, but he's going, no. And so, yes, probably, I think he was saying he's had more trouble with 3V, than D2. And well, shit, yeah, 3V's long way from semi stainless. So this is semi stainless and easy to sharpen. D2, you know, could it be 14C? Yeah. Could it be $45 instead of 30 something? Because I think this is in the 30 something dollar range. So yeah, I think I'm not going to bitch and moan about it. I think I will, though, throw this maybe into my next test batch just to confirm the D2 and see if I can do a Rockwell. I think I can right in here. So yeah, I'm working on making another batch. I got the first batch coming back from the testing. So I'll do a video on that. But yeah, petrified fish, I've tested them before. And free tiger knives I've tested. Even ground knives I've tested, this and that. So, I mean, I've tested a lot of knives. But this has got a great little drop to it. I mean, it just follows you around like this. Okay. How much does it weigh? How much does it weigh? Well, it's about 150 grams, so that's pretty loco. It's not a lightweight, is it? But we saw that on the paperwork there. Okay, 5.3 ounces. Is that a lot? You got steel liners, you got the blade, and you got a full size knife, almost 9 inches. Not quite, but I mean, it's a big long knife. Okay, now that doesn't seem too obtuse, and it's definitely not thin. It's not fat, but it's in betweener. And it looks like they've done skeletonized on the liners, and we'll take it apart and take a look at that. Ceramic bearings is my guess. I don't think I've seen one without ceramic bearings, so we're good there. Jimping on the flipper tab, and they took the time to, kind of hollow out the flipper tab. And then here, jimping on top of the blade, and that's meaningful. That's meaningful. You got a cutaway here. Maybe not so much for going forward, but at least for sharpening purposes is nice. So this is nice that they did this. Otherwise, I think it would have been a lot more bland. This as well kind of gives it a little bit more design interest. But you notice no left hand carry, but deep. And I'm kind of wondering why we couldn't have backed this clip up and eliminated this first screw, had this and this a little deeper carry, and put one less screw into the mix. Okay, I'm thinking we have a captured pivot here because we've got no way in here, and that would be our entry. So the Loco. And you know what's really Loco is the Viking. It came out about the same time, and I've done a video on this. Ooh, do you like that? Yeah, and of course this is Nashorn knives. I just about forgot. Nashorn design. Is that cool? It's called the Viking. Ooh, baby. Oh, yeah, she's a bad girl right there. And you can get in enough to flick that on that fuller and front flipper right into your camera stand. Bingo. Yes. Cut my camera stand right in half. There you go. And they're both green. Micarta. And this, is this D2 as well? Or is this Bowler K110? They do a lot of Bowler. This is K110. So, is that D2? Yeah, it's a European D2, right? So, and that's a pretty good size knife too. I think a lot of people are really jumping on this Viking. So check this out as well. I'll give you the link to Petrified Fish, but also understand White Mountain Knives carries Petrified Fish. I don't think I don't know. I'll put it down below if I have a discount code for Petrified Fish website. I don't think I do, but I do for White Mountain Knives, and of course that's USA stock. It's so you'll get it in 2 or 3 days, and there's no tax and there's no charge for shipping, and you get 10% off. So that would be probably the first place I'd check. And if they don't have it because they don't carry unlimited stock, then go to Petrified Fish site. Also look on Amazon. If you're a Prime member, you get free shipping. So they're all over the crazy place. And I was talking to a Blade HQ rep at SHOT Show in January of 2023, and he was telling me that Blade HQ is looking at them, and they may even be stocking them as I speak. I don't know. I haven't checked. So there's another outlet. Because, I started talking about these knives, 3 years ago or more? But now they've entered the mainstream, my friend. Okay? If you haven't had one, pity the fool. Pity the fool. Okay, number 8. At least on the pivot, their body screws still. Number 6 is, aren't they? Yeah. Okay. Okay, okay. It's not moving, so it must be captured. I know I fussed at them about that, first of all, when they started making them. I fussed at them about the body screws, but I don't know that I got a lot of room to bitch and moan if their prices are this competitive. It's a little hard to kind of get really demanding. And you know what? Not like I'm the boss either. So they'll do what they're gonna do whenever they decide to do it. And so now I've got to take the pocket clip because I got to clear the way to get this last body screw. Right? So, and here we go. So that ought to. Okay, now let's see what we got for sizes. Okay. Those are the same. That looks different. And that's pocket. Yeah, the pocket clip is definitely different. So you guys be over there. Now, here we go. G10. Okay. The Viking was, of course, my Micarta. I'm good with G10. Actually, I'd prefer my Viking in G10 as well. And baby, we got the moisture, don't we? I guess it's lube from the factory or something. Okay, let's pull this. Okay. Ceramic detamp ball and a nice skeletonized liner. Looks good, feels good, is good. Let's put you back in this little area. Ceramic bearings. Okay, we're good. Boo, baby, we lost a bearing. Okay, there's a bearing there. Bearing there. Looks pretty clean. Just got some lube stuff in there. It could be used, could be wiped out. Okay, captured pivot there. Looks like it's hooking up with the other side here, which is probably means that this is, yeah, it's got a squared off area there. Okay, so that's how it's doing that, because it's just squared off enough to catch the other side and then center the logo. And there we are. Okay, we good. That's basically all there is to it, though. Loco, Loco, Loco. I love it. It's nice. There's a lot of, the Beluga, the mini Beluga, but there's the 949. There's a lot. And of course, the Viking now I think is way ass cool, right? I mean, even if you're not a front flipper guy, there's just no denying that's nice. And this Loco, and have you seen one of there's a new one that's coming out in carbon fiber, and I can't remember the name of it. But also the Nightingale, I know it's kind of a silly winged looking kind of thing. I've got one laying next to my chair in the living room. I use it all the time. Okay, it's purple. They make them in pink too. Okay, get one for the wife, whatever. Mother's Day. It's in May. Just saying, there's just a petrified fish out there for everyone, and we do love them knives. So you guys stay sharp.